Back here with Chris Broussard talking some hoops. So yesterday, our guy Nick set the internet on fire when he listed James Harden as the #1 player with the most to gain by winning a title this season. Here's Nick's full top 10 list for your reference. Meanwhile, Harden's boss, Rockets GM, and friend of the show, Daryl Morey, had this to say about James Harden. Take a listen.
You know, we've worked together for 8 or 9 years now, and I couldn't have a better partner to try and win a title with. And in fact, most days I wake up saying I've let him down because I haven't got him the right players to win a title.
Nick, so let me ask you, what is on the line for James Harden this playoff run?
Well, it's the only way he can actually tangibly elevate his standing in NBA history is not only a finals run, but a championship during his prime. Right now is as good a time as any. Like, what James Harden, his regular season statistical profile, the All-NBAs, the top 2 MVP finishes, where he has more than Kobe, more than Shaq, the same number of MVPs, by the way, as each of those guys, and the scoring, the points per game stuff to go along with the fact that he's a 7-rebound, 8-assist-a-night guy. It is of an all-time top-tier great. But the fact that he's only played in one finals, he played in that one finals when he was not one of the main top 2 guys on the team. It was obviously KD and Russ. And the fact that in Houston, he has just consistently been unable to beat the juggernaut that was Golden State will always be held against him. But if they win the title, Wilds, you have to start talking about him as one of the 20 greatest players ever. Like, I'm very adamant that the top 14 players of all time is a list that is almost impossible to break into. Maybe Kevin Durant will, maybe somebody will, but LeBron, Michael, Kareem, Magic, Russell, Wilt, Duncan, Kobe, Bird, West, Oscar, Akeem, Shaq, Moses. There's your 14. I happen to believe number 15 is Dr. J. And then we've got a group of 10 guys, Steph, KD, Dirk, Elgin, Bob Pettit for the old-timers, Barkley, Steph, Dwayne Wade. Harden not only can move into that group, Wilds, he can move above 4 or 5 of those guys I just mentioned because he already has accomplished more in the regular season than most of those guys. And a lot of those guys only have the one title. Some of them have none. Karl Malone's in that group as well. And so that's what's on the line for him. That's why I think he has more to gain than anybody, Wilds.
Yeah, so I think this list is 100% accurate, Nick. It feels a little Dirk-esque. Like, if Dirk didn't win that championship, I don't know where he would fall on your top 100 players, but I think he makes a huge leap. Now, the question is, Broussard, if they don't win, like, how often are we going to keep on running this ISO ball thing and saying next year, next year, next year? They're all in on ISO ball this year more than ever because now we've got not only Harden playing ISO ball, Russ is playing ISO ball. They're the top 2 ISOs in the entire league. Dame Lillard is 3rd, which is another playoff problem. And then the biggest damning thing that I saw, this was last year, and it was a pregame interview. It was Scottie Pippen talking to PJ Tucker, and there was a moment of raw honesty that was just great television, Broussard. And they were just, and PJ was like, yeah, our points per possession and da-da-da. And Pippen was like, miss me with all that. I've played a lot of years in this league, and I'll tell you this, if I see you for 7 games, you're not going to win playing that style because you're predictable. Broussard, I think this is the make-or-break year for the Rockets. I love Daryl, and I think he showed great leadership here. But I don't know how often we keep on running this system if it doesn't work.
It's definitely the make-or-break year for the Rockets. Look, they brought in Russell Westbrook to win a championship. They didn't bring him in to go to the 2nd round, the 3rd round, be the 3rd best team in the West. And that's what they are at best. So what's on the line for James Harden? Nothing. Because they have no chance of winning the championship. This is madness,
oh my
Nick.
God,
Look, I agree.
Ridiculous.
I agree wholeheartedly. I agree wholeheartedly with you that if somehow James Harden could lead these Rockets to the title, it would raise his legacy without question. I also, though, disagree. I think Steph and Durant are in that top 15 somewhere. But anyway, Harden, they can't win it. Yeah, of course if he wins it. But if Luka wins it too, his stock's going to raise. You know, if Jason Tatum wins it, they're not going to win it. Who are they beating? They're not beating the Lakers. They're not beating the Clippers. And so, no, and here's the other thing. Pressure, I'm going to mess up the phrase,